So hi guys, welcome back to Crazy Burger. Today in this second part of our video we're going to have a look at Gaelco Arcade 2, which has been announced. It's going to be released in July 2022, pre-orders at the end of May. We're going to have a look at the games, we're going to play the games and I'll give you my thoughts. Let's go. Okay guys, so we have Gaelco Arcade 2. Not a huge surprise that we're going to get that because the first cart was a surprise success. There was some great games on that. Only a few games written off, and again with the second cart there is only 6 games. However, they look really decent games, so let's have a quick look at them. So first one, we've got Big Karnak, we've got Thunderhoop Strikes Back, Thunderhoop 2. We've got World Rally 2, Maniac Square, which looks like a kind of Tetris game. We've got Squash, first ever squash game on the Evercade, and Touch and Go, which is another sort of volleyball game. Very interesting, maybe a little bit short in quality by the looks of it. However, there are some really decent games in amongst here. Obviously, Thunderhoop 2, fantastic. I think it's actually probably better than the original. Now, interestingly, a lot of these games are really hard to emulate these days, and apparently Blaze have been hard at work developing their own sort of MAME emulators to try and actually get these games to work properly and emulate them as best as they possibly can. And believe me, these games are not emulated that great in a lot of devices that you will play them on. Thunderhoop 2 and World Rally are two that definitely stick out. So I've played these two games before and they don't emulate well at all. But yeah, we're going to have a try and sort of play them and I'll give you my thoughts next. Okay guys, here we have Big Karnak, which is a new game for me. Definitely never played it in the arcades. I don't really remember it. It's obviously set in Egypt and there's all sorts of mummies and all sorts of shenanigans going on here. But yeah, it's kind of like a side-scrolling sort of slash 'em up, a little bit maybe along the lines of Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins. But yeah, it just doesn't have that kind of style, and I'm afraid. And for me, I got really bored of it quite quickly. It gets very samey, and yeah, very repetitive, and kind of got a bit fed up with it. So a little bit of a disappointing start to the cart for me. It's not terrible, but I just found it a little bit boring to play through. Okay, now we move on to Maniac Squares, which you look at it, it is clearly a columns style game, and it plays in very similar to that where you need to match up 3 colours in a row or diagonal, and this is very welcome for me on the Evercade. You could never really have enough of these style of games, especially since this one is actually really good fun to play. You're basically playing against the time here, and you need to get so many lines within the actual time limit, so it's quite good fun. I really enjoy it. I think this would be quite cool on the handheld or the VS. I think it will suit either or. And I really like it. There's not really a lot more you can say about it. It's a columns game. It plays great. Okay, who would have thought you'd have ever seen a squash game on the Evercade, or on any format for that matter? But let's not belittle it, because this probably could be the surprise game of this cart. I found myself to really enjoy it. It's very addictive, and interestingly you can probably play 2-player on the VS, and I think this will go down a storm. It looks really good. It's actually really simple to pick up and play. You've got pointers to where you actually need to hit the ball. You can see the sort of red and blue arrows there. Honestly, this is really addictive. I found myself really enjoying this one. Yeah, this could be a surprise game that will probably surprise a lot of people. I really like it. It's very good. Very simple, but it works. It's better than some of the tennis games that we have on the Evercade, whereas it's playable, you can hit the ball, it's great fun. This one I'll definitely be playing a lot more. Who would have thought it? A squash game? Unbelievable. Okay, I know I get completely trounced there, but I really enjoyed it. But is there any need for this guy to hit his head off the ground? It's not that bad, is it? Okay guys, moving on to Thunder Hoop 2. You can see it looks a little bit similar to the original one, but you can see the main character has grown up a little bit. It's obviously a little bit more in the future. It's more or less more of the same. It's probably not quite as frustrating as the original game, but you will still die lots and lots. See, it's probably moved on slightly graphically, and the sound seems like it's come straight from Alligator Hunt to me. But what a game, what a fantastic game. I'm really quite impressed, and I'm going to be really intrigued to see how well this emulates on Evercade, because this game does not emulate well in a lot of formats or handheld emulators that are out there. It is a tough one to go, so apparently Blazerpool's been spending some time trying to fine tune this and doing some work themselves on their emulators to try and get this to work on their platforms. This is probably the same for a few of these games on this cart, so I'm going to be really intrigued to see how well that works out. Fingers crossed it works, because this is a fantastic game. guys, moving on to the beach volleyball game that we have, which is called Touch and Go. Bit of a strange name. Not really sure we need another beach volleyball game on the Evercade. Obviously you can play 2 players in this. I don't know whether you could probably play 4 players, not entirely sure. But it's a volleyball game, at least it's playable, but it's not my favourite game here. I really don't think we need another game like this. I think there is another, I think on the Atari Lynx collections maybe, which isn't great. This is definitely a lot better than that, but I just don't see why we need to have this game on the cart, to be honest. Seems more like filler. I don't really enjoy it. It's a bit hit and miss, a bit touch and go maybe, you know, but yeah. Okay, moving on to the last game, World Rally 2. Now, interestingly, I'm showing dual screens here because this is how the ROM actually looks. I think it was originally designed to play as a side-by-side 2-player cabinet, but obviously for the intents of this video, I'm just going to obviously show the left side screen, but just beware there will be sounds continuing from the right side screen, just in case you wonder what the heck's going on. So I'll zoom into the left side screen so you can actually watch it, but that's just how the ROM's set up. Interestingly, going to be intrigued to see how Blaze actually work around this to work on the Evercade. So getting back to the actual game itself, World Rally, I absolutely loved it, and this is more or less more of the same. It seems a little bit quicker, right enough. It's still a fantastic game, it's very addictive. The more you play it, the more you get to realise the layout of each of these tracks. It is fantastic, I really enjoy it. Very addictive, and I think for me, I thought the World Rally worked really well on the handheld. I'm just really interested to see how well this emulates, because I know for a fact this emulates really badly on many devices that I've played it on. So I'm actually playing this on MAME on PC and it seems okay, but it's obviously still got issues with the dual screen. So interestingly, I think Blaze have been spending a lot of time fine-tuning this to work on their console, so I think we'll have to probably give them some plaudits for the amount of work that they've probably put into it. And if this does come off and they make some good emulated games from World Rally 2 and Thunderhook, I'll be amazed and absolutely impressed, because these are really top games. I'm really looking forward to them. Okay guys, my final thoughts on Gaelco Arcade 2. I don't think it's quite as good as the first cart. I mean, there was 6 amazing games on the first cart, all really good. I don't think all 6 on this cart are quite the same height. I mean, World Rally 2 is still excellent, Thunderhook 2 is excellent, Squash is surprisingly good fun. The other games, Maniac Squares is quite good fun, I think it would be good to have, but the other 2 games, I really don't think they're that great. Like Big Karnak is not the greatest game at all, and I don't think we need any more volleyball games. So 4 out of 6, it's not bad, but you think about it, 4 games out of 6, that's not ideal. You know, it's not a great sort of quality, but given the fact that these 2 games, like World Rally 2 and Thunderhook 2, you know, you're not going to see them very often on many formats out there. So the fact that we're going to get these on Evercade is a huge plus, and I'm really looking forward to them. So a little bit of a mixed bag, but still a good cart here that I'm really looking forward to playing on our Evercade devices. Guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.